I think that the North fought that war with one hand behind its back. At the same time the war was going on, the Homestead Act was being passed, all these marvelous inventions were going on. In the spring of '64, the Harvard-Yale boat races were going on, and not a man in either crew ever volunteered for the Army or the Navy. They didn't need them. I think that if it had been more Southern successes, and a lot more, the North simply would have brought that other arm out from behind its back. I don't think the South ever had a chance to win that war.
Happy New Year, or as we say here in Russia, S Novym Godem. Britain's wartime Prime Minister Winston Churchill famously described Russia as a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. In many ways he was right. Russia spans 11 time zones, bordering Europe to the west and as far as China in the east. We're here in the Russian capital Moscow, which has been my home for the last 6 months, and I'm going to show you some of my favourite spots in this fantastic city. We're in Tsarskaya Square, where Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, better known as Lenin, made many thunderous speeches. But today it is transformed into a winter wonderland, with many fantastic Christmas market stalls. We're here in Arbat, Moscow's main tourist street, roughly the equivalent to London's Oxford Street. It is full of pubs, bars, restaurants and shops selling souvenirs. And today it is a bustling and lively street as Russians celebrate the winter holidays. It is Moscow's oldest surviving thoroughfare. We are here in Patriarch Ponds, my favourite place in the whole of Moscow. During the 1905 revolution, it was held by student militia. The many spacious apartments surrounding the park were taken from their wealthy owners following the 1917 revolution and turned into communal living spaces. But today it is a haven for romantics, young and old, who are often seen strolling hand in hand or sitting on the many park benches kissing. Of course, no trip to Moscow would be complete without visiting the world-famous Bolshoi Theatre. It is most associated with Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, which I have been lucky to see myself. Here you can see performances of many of Russia's most famous composers and writers, including Prokofiev, Shostakovich, and Dostoevsky, Pushkin, and my most favourite of all, the author Mikhail Bulgakov. We've now moved to Red Square, with the iconic St Basil's Cathedral in the background. Close to here, the leader of the 1917 revolution is buried, with Lenin's tomb still attracting thousands of visitors every year. Today, Russians are flocking here as they celebrate the winter holidays, taking in the many Christmas stalls, sampling the food, and of course the obligatory mulled wine. And of course I couldn't come here without sampling the goods myself. Here I am tucking into a Russian New Year favourite, which is pancakes with red caviar. And I have to say, it's absolutely delicious. This is so good, really tasty, absolutely delicious. It's not every day that you get to eat caviar, but I could certainly tuck into this every day, I can tell you. This is GUM, Moscow's most exclusive department store. Here you can find many of the world's leading fashion brands. It is thronged with shoppers, and you can see the Christmas decorations adorning the department store, and many people taking selfies at the Christmas tree, which is at the centre of GUM. Many Russians love ice skating, and while I'm here, I'm going to give it a go myself. But bearing in mind that I struggle to stand on my own 2 feet at the best of times, let's just hope that I make it out of here in one piece. We're outside another of Moscow's department stores, Zoom, and I have to admit that this one's my favourite. and you can probably see why. Here we are surrounded by what are designer Christmas trees, bringing a magic and sparkle to the capital city. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that this really does sum up the magic of Moscow.